What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. I got a couple of things I kind of want to talk about, guys. I will put a timestamp down in the description area. So if you guys want to go ahead and find out what the topics I'm going to talk about, which you pretty much know what I'm already going to say here in the description, go ahead and find out and click on that, and it'll speed right fast forward to the video or part of the video that you guys want to see. But first, before I get in too far here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. I want to give a big shout out to Everything King, Man Beast Morris, Craig Jackman, 313 JMO, Michigan 1777, Derek P. Fields. I hope you guys are all doing well. And there's others that are on there that I'm not recalling right now. I hope you guys are doing well, and I watch all your guys' videos, and I kind of like the content you guys are putting out there. So, guys, I want to get right into this video here. I'm going to talk about TJ Lang here just a little bit. His cap status right now is $11 million with a $500,000 roster bonus if he's there within the 5th day of the season. I believe that's what I read. The Lions are trying to really figure out what they're going to do with TJ Lang, whether they're going to keep him, whether they're going to renegotiate the contract so it's less money because of his injury history, or I think TJ Lang is it's hinted that he might retire. We just don't know what kind of road we're kind of going down. I don't think the Lions want to cut him. I think they want to renegotiate the contract and have him come back onto the team because they've got a couple of other people on the team that are still pretty green yet. And, well, with the exception of Joe Dahl, who I think just needs more experience at that, excuse me, at the tackle spot for him. There was two other ones here. There's Kenny Wiggins, and I hope I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. And I kind of put dashes in here on my little Post-it note here that says, I think it's Leo Kolomatangi. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Kolomatangi? I think that's how you pronounce it. But those three guys could come in and replace TJ Lang if they end up deciding to let him go, or they can't, or he retires, or whatever the case may be, or gets injured again. But the article that I read, I think it was on Free Press, said that they weren't, not that they couldn't do the job, it was just they don't have the experience in there, and those three guys, they're not everyday starter kind of people like TJ Lang is. So the Lions are going to have to figure out what they're going to do here, if he's going to retire, or if they're going to try to negotiate for less of a contract, because an $11 million cap hit's pretty big. I think they said he was like the 4th highest paid member on the team. And for TJ Lang, I mean, I'm glad that he's from Eastern Michigan, kind of home, I don't want to say homegrown, but, you know, a talent that's close to home, that's just a couple 20, 30, 40 miles from Detroit, downtown Detroit. You don't get to have that very often here in the Detroit Lions organization. So, we're going to have to kind of see how that all boils down with TJ Lang, if he's going to retire, if the Lions are going to cut him, or if they come into a renegotiation stage for his contract. We're just going to have to wait and see how this kind of turns out. I do want to talk about a little bit what Bob Quinn said earlier. I believe it was earlier this week, where he said they might consider taking a tight end at the number 8 spot. Again, I think that's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I don't think they're really considering getting a tight end at the number 8 spot. I think they were burned too much last time by Eric Ebron and his number of drops they had. Ebron could catch the hard balls, but the ones that were right in his hands, he kind of seemed to drop quite a bit. He still has the drops. He's really in when he was in Indianapolis, but they kind of only used him in the kind of the red zone situation. So it kind of appears that he got, he was better, which I don't necessarily think that's the case. Basically, when I looked at his stats compared to his time in Detroit, to his time here, or to his time in, his time in Indianapolis to the time in Detroit, I don't see any big, it may be gone down a little bit, and it may appear that he's got more, but in reality, that's not the case. So, it just is what it is. I don't think the Lions are really going to go ahead and put a tight end at the number 8 spot. Now, they may go down to the draft and get one, or they might find a cheap tight end right now, or you could go ahead and just stick another tackle over there on that side of the ball to help out with blocking schemes. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities for this team. I just don't think right now tight end is really the place to spend your highest draft pick on. I think you need to go defense with a linebacker. You could go cornerback. I think it has to be a defensive pick, number 1. I would like to see him go linebacker, because I think the linebacker core, like I said in my previous videos, I think the linebackers are, with the exception of Davis, is probably the biggest need of the Lions right now. The cornerback, I guess you could put it as, it could be, but you could shuffle some guys around in there. Now, You could put Diggs back there and all that for what's his face, the guy that left there. I can't remember his name right now, but it's not really that important right now. But, you know, the Lions got some kind of stuff that they can do here. They could go offense. They could go with a wide receiver if one's right there, if someone drops to them. I just want to really see him go towards a linebacker, and hopefully a good linebacker that's not necessarily going to, may not necessarily eat it up, but is a good, consistent performer and one that's not so injury prone. Seems like the Lions, when they kind of went for the high draft pick, the high risk, high reward guys, they didn't really pan out. So, and with the exception of Calvin Johnson, which he was injury prone, but at least he got up and he still managed to fight through his injuries and whatnot. So, but yeah, the NFL Combine's coming up, guys. I don't really know if I'm going to really watch it. Honestly, I don't really know what to even watch for, really, for the NFL Combine. I might take a look at the guy that the Detroit Lions are going after, that linebacker at number 8. I believe it's out of LSU that they were they kind of wanted to get their hands on. So I might see what he brings to the table. Maybe some other ones there that in the linebacker core that might be good, but it's only kind of a snapshot of kind of what they've done. So, excuse me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.